Hey there, Nat Postma with the Huckleberry Impact Rimfire Target Sensor. There's been some interest into hearing some more in-depth information about this, and I apologize, there isn't a website up yet. There's only so much I can do all at once. We've been pretty busy, so yeah, here's some overview. So our basic dimensions are 6 7/8 is the length, and without the mirror, which would protrude from the target, and 3 7/8 is the height. So we have a mirror here. It basically works very easy to replace. That's why we designed it that way, with a piece of just aluminum or tin. And this only comes out, you can see that indentation where there's a bit of duct tape there that just sandwiches the reflector. So that aluminum would be hidden behind your target. And then of course we have the reflector there, which is just a poly kind of plastic material. It's flexible. So your bullet will pass straight through there and keep on going, and you can hit quite a few impacts on that before you need to replace it. And even when you do go to replace it, you could just rotate that 90 degrees at a time, because really the only thing that's exposed is around your target is where your lights are going to be sticking out. So yeah, so that's that. So we can power this up here, and let's look at some features. So it powers up. It gives you an indication when it's powered up like that. Okay, and if I go ahead and tap on the sensor back here, then there's my indication. So it works when it has this button on the back here. You can hard to see black on black. This button right here, that makes actually contact with your steel target, which transfers your impact through to for it to indicate there. So it just attaches with Velcro. Comes with one of these guys, but these are pretty easy to find. It's just self-adhesive Velcro. You can find it at a hardware store or sewing store probably. Runs on 3 AA's. There's a compartment on the back here. Okay, and it has a couple of different options on here. So when you power it up, it is by default, every time you power it up, it'll be set on the default settings that are a medium sensitivity, first flash pattern, and what we call setup mode will be off. So that setup mode is just an automatic flash. So if I hold this down till I get 3 flashes there, and then I let it go, I no longer have to impact this for the lights to go off. It just goes on a timer. And this will allow you to set the reflector up for your target. You can have a spotter at the back with you, or if you just take a couple strides back from your target and just make sure, obviously this is being a mirror, it's directional to get the most intensity out of these lights. You're going to want to have that set up properly, so that's what setup mode does. So to turn that back off again, you just repeat the same process. I'm just going to hold the function button down until I get 3 flashes. 1, 2, 3, and now setup mode is back off again. So it actually needs an impact. Okay, so our other options on here, we can change the flash pattern. There's 3 flash patterns. If I hold that down for a single flash, so that gives me just a straight blink there. That's it. Very short. Okay, and I can hold it down one more time, and that'll give me yet another flash pattern. If I hold it down again, it goes back to where I began with the first flash pattern. What was our other option on here? Sensitivity. So it defaults on to medium. If I hold this down for 2 flashes, 1, 2, okay, I've now gone into low. You can see how it's flashing just the red there. That's indicating it's on low sensitivity. So it's going to take a bit more of a hit. If you've got heavy winds or a very light target that's susceptible to be, you know, a false trigger on there, it's kind of the trade-off with this, with having high sensitivity for rimfire. To pick up rimfire impacts, then all of a sudden you have to juggle with how sensitive does it get, so that you don't have false indications. So that's low sensitivity. If I hold it down again for 2 flashes, it's going to put me up to high. That's all the lights illuminating and blinking. And then medium, which is the default, right back around the circle again, 2 flashes. And then it's going to have blue flashing with solid red, show medium. So that's it. Yeah, it comes with, what does it come with? 18 replacement mirrors. We've had these out at a number of day-long, what do you call it, matches. And, you know, at the time you're needing a impact sensor to pick up a small target, you're probably at quite a far distance where you can't see a movement on that target. We've yet to have to replace one of these things. So generally you just get, you know, a little frayed edge or something where a bullet's passed by. Occasionally you will get a hole, but it'll take quite a few before you wear one of these out. And of course you can always contact us for replacement. So yeah, there's the basic overview, battery life. I think I let this run for 24 hours straight, running on the, with just typical dollar store alkaline batteries. Running that setup mode with the automatic blink, and I think it ran for about 3 days straight before it finally started to waver. So with a brand name battery, you're going to get higher than that, or if you went with a lithium battery. But generally, you know, if you're starting out with good batteries at the beginning of the day, this is no problem. This is going to last you through the day, through a match. So there you have it. Thanks so much. Well, hopefully we'll see you at a match sometime. Bye-bye.